guys see me? Hi, my name is Andile. I'm from South Africa. I have been living in France for a little over 2 years now, and I think it's time we talk about the pros and the cons of living in France. Alright, so let's start with the pros. Now, I'll list 5 pros about living in Paris/France. Number 1, there's a lot of job opportunities. If you are a creative person, if you are into arts, if you're into dance, artistry, there's a lot of opportunities here. There's more open-mindedness about style of dance, about your background, about your expertise, about artistry in general, compared to South Africa. Number 2 is that there is such great architecture in and around Paris. It's beautiful, like the Haussmann buildings. I don't know if I said that right, Haussmann buildings, and just the whole vibe of being in the city, walking around, bumping into the Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe. You know, it's got a very nice feeling, like you see the stuff in the movies and then all of a sudden you just hop off a train and oh, there's the Eiffel Tower. So that's one of definitely the pros of living in France. Number three, I would say the wine. The wine here is really nice. South Africa has got very amazing wine. I will never, ever, ever discredit South African wine. But in France, it's really lovely. There's so many options. Even the most inexpensive wines are really great. And that's something good. Oh my gosh, I'm coming back. So, we spoke about the wines as my number 3. Number 4 is how easy it is to travel in and around Paris/France. Like, you don't really need to have a car to stay, to like move around here. You don't really need a car because you can take the train. It's really fast. There's the metro, there's the RER, E, A, C, D. There's so many ways that you can move in and around Paris, and it's really fast. There's obviously a lot of traffic and just like very little parking space, and just it seems like it's traumatic to drive in Paris. So I really enjoy taking the train. I really enjoy the fact that I'm in and out. You take this line, you take that line, 15 minutes, you're there. Versus if you were in a car, it could have taken 20, 30, 40 minutes if there's traffic. So definitely traveling, accessible train system. And number 5, no matter how much you think you know Paris or France in general, there's always something you've never seen. For example, one of my favorite things to do is to go into Paris city and just walk around, and I always find something that I had never seen before. An entrance to a museum, a beautiful entrance to a hotel, just architecture everywhere, art pieces just randomly everywhere. And that's something that I really appreciate, because you can never really get bored. You cannot get bored walking around Paris. You will find something that you never saw there before. And it's really beautiful because let's say you always see the same restaurant on the way to work. The next time you see it, there's going to be teddy bears placed there. I don't know if you've seen this new trend, but they place teddy bears in the restaurants because it's been closed. And just like beautiful details that you'd never see on a regular basis. So definitely the fact that you never know too much of Paris. Even when I speak to my husband and I show him pictures of stuff that I've seen on my walks, he's like, I've never actually been around there. And that just says a lot. If someone who's born and living in this country still has things that they don't know. That just tells you like how intricate it is. Paris is quite small. Like once you get to know Paris, you kind of know what's where, and it's easy to get around. It's like 15 minutes out of the center, so you can really think you know the whole of Paris, but really you don't. So that's definitely one of the pros. Now let's talk about cons. Con number one, language barrier. Now when I moved to France, I initially only wanted to come here for 1 year for a dance academy. And so I didn't really deem it like a big deal to learn French. I just knew enough French to get by. Like, hi, how are you? Can I please have? Thank you. Where is? Hi, I'm lost. That's all I kind of crammed. And once I got here, you kind of realize that a lot of people don't speak English, and a lot of people prefer not to speak English even if they do know English. So it's really important to know how to speak in French. And I didn't know that when I got here. And the school I was going to, they spoke English all the time. So I was in this cocoon of English, and then as soon as you step out for everyday life, it's a whole culture shock. It's like, oh my gosh, like I don't understand anything. Another con is that people are not so friendly around here. So that was number 5. I'm going backwards now. So that was number 5. This is number 4. Parisians are not so friendly. Now I really wish I could lie or be wrong. When I read that on the internet before I came here, I was like, that's not true. Like, you know, they're grumpy. When I first got here, I was like, you know, jolly, and you know, you get in the metro and you sit down and you make eye contact with somebody. My initial reaction is to smile. So there I am in the train smiling at somebody, and they just like freak out at this. You do not want to smile at a stranger in Paris. They will think you're either crazy, you're about to scam them. They will avoid you. So I had to learn that, like, don't smile at people. Even if you make eye contact, just like look away. Do not be like, no, don't do that. So they're not so friendly, they're not so sunshiny. But other than that, it's really not a big deal for me. And number 3, the admin here is crazy. It is crazy. If you want a bank card, if you want a phone contract, if you want a Navigo, if you want a visa, to renew your visa specifically, if you want an apartment, there's so many things that there's no loopholes to get by. So to get a bank card, you need a phone number or contract. To get this, you need to have a bank card. So already there's some contradiction happening here. To get an apartment, I will not even start to unpack how difficult that is, because even French people have difficulty securing an apartment. There is a lot of intricate things that go into that, and I will unpack that on another day. So definitely admin. If you need something done ASAP, you will not get it. You need to plan 6 weeks before. Passport, ID, visa, 6 weeks before maximum. So you should start like way before. So that's definitely something crazy. For me, it's like, whoa, I'm used to going to Home Affairs and be like, I need a new ID. Here's my proof of residence. Here's my whatever. Here are some pictures. And you get it like that. That's easy. You just get it. You get an SMS and come and pick up. Here, it's a whole thing. So let me tell you guys quickly. So, no, I'll tell you another time. Number two of the cons of staying here is that it's really hard to make friends. Now, this might sound really funny, but most of my friends are actually expats. Most of my friends are from other parts of Europe, other parts of Africa. Like, they just not French, like 100% French. And that's because French people don't like mixing too much. I think people in general you know, you kind of have your circle and you want to stick to that circle. You don't want to trust new people. You don't want to let people in because, you know, people are shady sometimes. So I totally get it. But if you are planning on making friends, French friends, I wish you good luck, my friend. Especially Parisians. They all know each other from a very young age. They all integrated together for years. They don't want to speak English, so you also have to like consider all of these things. Like, they're probably not going to want to be friends with you, so you get a lot of rejection when you move here, and it kind of stings. But there's another way. There's South Africans that are here, there's people from other parts of Europe that speak English, that don't speak French. So you just kind of have to find a way to find your people, find your tribe in the hustle and the bustle. Number one is, let me think. What is number one? If you want to learn French, it is exceptionally expensive. Exceptionally expensive. If you want to learn French in France, you need to have money. You need to have money. You need to have money, honey, because it's really expensive. And oh, that's just it for me. Because when I got here, and you know, I only planned to stay here for a year, but I ended up meeting my husband, and we fell in love, and my whole plans changed. I was like, you know what, I'm not going back home. You know, I want to stay with my man. So I had to now consider learning French so that I can be integrated. And it's hard. It's expensive. It's hard. There's really no loopholes around it. You will spend like 7,000 euros for a French school to go learn French. 7,000. If it's part-time, you could get for 5,000. But there really isn't nothing less and something that can like really help you. Like, if you pay something like 3,000 euros, you can learn some stuff, but you're probably only gonna have like 1 class a week, 2 classes a week, and yeah, it's not gonna be the best. It's not gonna be the best. It's not gonna be like the best. So that's one of the cons. It's really hard to learn French officially, like from a school. And I wish it was easier because I'm ready to learn, but I ain't trying to pay that kind of money. Those are my prawns. Those are my pros and cons of living in Paris/France. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first video, and I'm really excited. I hope you're excited too. And the next video will be about dating in France. There's some very interesting things that I learned here, trying to navigate the dating scene, which I think are hilarious. So the next video will definitely be about that. If there's anything you want to know, if you want me to talk about visas and how to, you know, move to another country, let me know in the comments below. If there's any French people that want to explain to me why you guys are so grumpy, you can write it down below. And thanks for watching, and like and subscribe. How about that? Like and subscribe. Okay, thank you. Bisous.